Hello and welcome back to another Warcraft video. So as you can see from the title, they are planning on removing guild leveling and some of the guild perks in Warlords of Draenor. Now first of all I'm just going to talk about the official Blizzard response to this. Bashiok put out a big forum post and honestly I think he makes a lot of sense. I know that a lot of people are probably just going to comment in this video saying, oh, you know, Blizzard are taking things away from us again, this is terrible. Well, I actually think that like many of the Cataclysm systems, it was ill-conceived and it wasn't particularly good. So yeah, they've removed this, they've removed reforging, you know, they accelerated Cataclysm leveling greatly. They really are just sort of getting rid of that expansion, aren't they? Alright, so first of all, let's just go through the things that Bashiok said. So first up, he said that since the introduction of the guild system in Cataclysm, the nature of guild leveling and guild perks shifted really from being a reward for dedication and collective effort to basically being a barrier to new guilds. Now that's actually a really valid point. As a player, why would you join a level 1, 2, maybe even 10 guild when you could join a level 25 guild and get all those perks? There was just not really much of a reason other than, say, real-life friends. So they were incentivizing people just funneling into a few large guilds in each server, and it was just kind of killing off that new ebb and flow of guilds that sort of keeps things fresh. So what they've done, really, is they've just in the past made guild leveling and things like that a little bit quicker, so low-level quests count fully towards guild experience, they've removed weekly caps and progress and various things like that, and while those things did help remove those barriers, it was still more of a band-aid fix rather than a true solution to their actual problem. I totally agree here. I think that guild leveling just prohibited new guilds, really. It made it far harder to start up a new guild, and change is always good. Having a new guild, having more options and things like that is just good for the overall community of a server, so that just really is very important, and I'm glad that they've really removed the leveling system from that perspective. Anyway, next, he said that their current plan for Warlords is to effectively remove guild leveling by kind of just making every guild level 25, though that's sort of in air quotes because the guild levels won't exist, it's just that you will always have those perks. Now, they said that they originally came up with 24 perks in order to offer something at every guild level, but without the continued need for that granularity, since they are of course removing those levels, they're going to streamline the system a little bit. A whole bunch of the perks are just going to be rolled into default behaviors since a whole bunch of players already sort of have them and the whole world is designed around their existence. So the example that Bashiok gave was flight path taxis. They can just inherently move 25% faster instead of requiring the guild perk. They could just slightly rebalance the cost of honor items and various things like that. So honestly, you're not going to notice many of these perks leaving. So that's definitely a good thing. Now, they're not removing some of the really important ones. So Bashiok said that they still plan on incentivizing guild membership, so aside from all the various social benefits and things like that, they're going to keep things like faster mount speed, instant guild mail, mass resurrections, and things like that, as an exclusive benefit to everyone who is in a guild. Also, the guild achievement system and unlocked items and all those various different benefits that are done through guild achievements are going to remain as they currently are. So overall, generally the perks that you care about are still going to be there. The little perks which you didn't notice but did have an effect are going to be rolled into the world, and they've got rid of this problem where it was quite hard to start up a new guild. I think this is all really good, actually, and I know a lot of people are probably going to be unhappy about this, but again, I just think it's great, and you still have the guild rewards and things like that to, to unlock as your guild. I think that's fine. There's enough reward there for your group achievement as a guild. Now, one thing that he did talk about was the cash flow perk, because this is a really popular one. I think it gives, 20% of all gold drops from mobs and, puts that in the guild bank. So, what he said is that the cash flow perk actually contributes less gold to the guild bank than things like guild challenges, since it only applies to looted coins. However, what it does do is it fuels some, as he put it, degenerate player behavior. He said, and this is something that I've noticed personally, if you've made an alt lately, you've probably noticed how you can't go more than a minute or two without receiving a guild invite. Typically, apparently this is actually true, from leaders who are looking to recruit armies of unwitting players to level, basically the guild for later sale, but then also increase the amount of cash flow money that he gets. Or she, whatever. So basically there's guild masters that are just hiring a whole bunch of mules to go around the world, kill mobs for them, and, contribute money into the guild bank through the cash flow perk. Then they, I suppose, kick all those players or close the guild, whatever, clean out the guild bank for themselves, and then sell on the level 25 guild to someone who perhaps wants to start off a guild. Damn, like that shit's crazy. But it does make perfect sense. They really did support that, well, frankly degenerate, as Bashiok put it, way of playing, and it's good that's being shut down, because honestly that is just not a cool thing to do, and it really is annoying. Like, imagine if you're a new player in World of Warcraft, or even go back to the last time you made an alt. It's just not fun having to deal with being spammed with just like, a massive bombardment of guild invites. Now, my server has only got, well, 40,000 alliance characters, though since it got merged I think it's at about 80,000 now, so it's a medium server, but there are some servers that have maybe got 380,000 characters on a single faction. How many guild invites would you be getting per, say, 5-minute period in one of those servers? Actually, if you are in one of those servers, let me know. But I mean, that's crazy, so it's good this is being shut down. Now, he actually did say that they recognize how it's really essential for guilds to finance their costs and things like that, so what they're going to do, and this should be actually a good bit more lucrative than cash flow, is reintroduce bind unequipped, drops in raids, and a few other things. I'm actually really happy that they're bringing back BOE drops from raids, because the great thing about them is they offer so much flexibility. As a guild, you can decide to, give it to one of your players who needs it, or just sell it, put the money in the guild bank, and then, of course, well, really redistribute that wealth by giving it back to your guild members in the form of flasks and all the various things that they need to support their raiding. I think it's really good, and back in Cataclysm I actually really enjoyed that system, so I'm very happy to see that happen. It also means that for people who maybe want better gear to just run around in, in their PvE with, while they're questing and things, but maybe they don't want to raid, but they're interested in gold making, well, fine, that actually gives them a way of gearing up that's directly tied into their gold making gameplay. So honestly, I think these are all really good changes. It's just one of those systems that was ill-conceived, and I think that it is for the benefit of the game that it's gone. Now, the actual perks themselves were cool, I'll say that much, and they're still maintaining the perks that matter, so I can't see many real downsides here at all. I mean, sure, maybe the progression is removed and some people would have enjoyed guild progression, but honestly I never really thought it was much fun. Being in a guild is not about leveling up some bar, it's about hanging out with your friends, and at least having things like mass res to help you do that. So overall, that's very good, and yeah, my opinion is basically just, it's a solid change, it's nice. Oh, and if you're worried about not having enough general perks in the world, well, once you get your garrison, all your buildings will have perks. You will just have, like, perks flying out of your shoulders everywhere, just perks and things. There's a lot of stuff tied in with garrison buildings, so if you really do like having perks and various little things like that, then you'll probably be able to satisfy that level of gameplay or whatever through your garrison. So overall, I think the world isn't falling, or the sky isn't falling, the world's fine, and this is a good change for the game. Anyway, do let me know what you think about this change in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.